I made this quick video to show what happened during this crash based on a gas station footage. Might look like there's nothing we can tell from the video, but if we look closer, we can actually tell a whole lot. We can tell several things with absolute certainty. First, the video as it was.
You see, it's my personal mission to make sure our customers are 100% satisfied 100% of the time. And that's why my office is still on the show to guarantee your satisfaction.
That might be it.
I think that was it. Yep, I think that was it.
Wow, it is pretty obvious you're in the right lane.
Probably stop.
So just another look at the lane layout of the intersection at Hamilton and St. Joseph. So in the top right, you can see the rough position of where the camera was that recorded the accident. You can see that St. Joseph is 5 lanes. Leftmost lane is left turn only. Second to left lane, you can go straight or turn left. And the other 3 lanes are all straight only. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show a series of diagrams interspersed with slowed down footage from the crash. And based on all the evidence that we have, like the pictures taken of the car damage, what we know about the lane layout of St. Joseph's Parkway, and the footage, we can actually accurately tell with 100% confidence what the order of the cars were, and therefore what car was in what lane. So this is a diagram of the intersection shortly before the crash happened by a couple seconds. You can see there's a row of parked cars across from that leftmost lane across Hamilton Street in front of that apartment building. You can see that there are 2 cars, about to be 3, on the left side of St. Joseph's Parkway in the lanes that they occupy. So as you can see here, there are very obviously 3 vehicles we can see based on those sets of headlights. 2 of those sets of headlights are normal. They're just 2 little headlights down there. The one in the back is a truck. It's got 2 sets of headlights on top of each other, so it looks like 2 sets of headlights squished. You can see its tail light right there. So this is the really critical part. As you can see by this diagram, I'm gonna freeze this video at this exact moment that this diagram is showing. And although we can't see exactly where the cars are based on lane markings on the street itself, we know because of the laws of physics that you cannot see a light if it is being blocked by an opaque object. And therefore, by looking at what order the headlights are appearing as they come out from behind or in front of other cars, we can say with 100% certainty what order these 3 cars are in, and therefore their orientation to St. Joseph's Parkway and what lane they're in. So if you look right now, we can very clearly see we have 3 sets of headlights and therefore 3 vehicles moving. That set of 4 headlights in the taillight is the gray truck. That bottom set of headlights is the red car, and look at that rear set of headlights. That is our blue car. It is about to disappear right there. It is disappearing because it is going behind the red car. Now watch just a moment. They're reappearing again right there. Look at that. They're not only reappearing, they're going underneath the tail light of that gray truck. At this point, I also need to point out this is where the blue car stops. And you will see, if you notice, that headlight that is right beneath that gray truck's tail light does not move from this moment. It comes to a jolting halt. That lower headlight, if you notice, you can see the tail light of that car. That is the red car. Once again, this scenario, what we're looking at right now in the video, cannot physically exist unless the cars are in the orientation that we're looking at right now in the diagram. So this is what we're about to see. That gray truck is going to pull away and go on with its business. You're going to see that blue car's headlight jolt to a halt because it is slamming on the brakes. The red car continues, and it's going to impact that front right corner of the blue car right behind the left driver handle. Okay, so that truck is going on its way. We can't see that blue car. The red car is getting hit right now. And as we're going to see in just a minute, the damage that's being caused right now by the red car is because the blue car has stopped, and the red car is pulling into the blue car's lane and dragging itself on the front right corner of the blue car. These last 2 diagrams took place over the span of about a second, half second. So now the red car has completely cleared that front corner. It's got damage from the left driver handle all the way back to the left wheel, and it's going to pull onto the right side of Hamilton up along the curb. You can see those headlights coming out from behind those taillights right now in the center left of the footage. That's the blue car. Right before the impact, it came to a complete halt as the red car continued into its lane. It still hasn't moved. It's not going to move for another second or so. And so only now, after the red car is almost all the way through the intersection, the blue car is finally going to move to follow it and pull over to the side. And we're going to know it's the blue car because it's going to be briefly illuminated by the street lights, and we're going to see the very unusual metallic blue color that this car is. While the car stopped, pay attention to the headlight shape we're going to see in just a second, and there's that metallic blue color. So in this damage photograph, you can see the shape of the headlights is just like the shape of the headlights we saw in the video. You can also see the damage is very localized. This is the damage to the red cars. You can see the scrapes start right underneath the driver's handle and go all the way back to the wheel, just like in the diagram and just like in the video. So what it comes down to in this case is who had the right of way, who was making an illegal turn. As we know from the video footage, we know that the cars, whatever lane they're in, have to be in this orientation. The truck has to be all the way on the left, then there has to be a lane for the blue car, then there has to be a lane for a red car. So this is a still from the video, and based on the headlight pattern that we can see right now just to the right of that road sign, the only way, no matter what lane these cars are all in, the only way that what we're looking at can be true, can be physically possible, is if the cars are in the same order that they are in that diagram in the top left. First the truck, then the blue car, then the red car. I've color-coded the lights we're looking at here for even more clarity. That weird double set of headlights on the right, that belongs to the right headlight set of that gray truck. You can see the tail light of that truck right next to the road sign, also circled in gray. Right below that, we see that the blue car's headlight is poking out to the right. Then below that, we see both sets of headlights for the red car. And the tail light of the red car on the left. We know that that headlight smushed between the tail light of the truck and the headlights of the red car is the blue car, because if we follow the position of that headlight, we see that that is the blue car when it moves in front of the street light. The only way that we can be seeing the tail light of that truck to the left of the headlight of the blue car means the blue car must be to the right of the truck. If it was to the left of the truck, it would be obscured by the truck and we wouldn't be able to see the headlight at all. We also know that the red car is therefore to the right of the blue car because those headlights are appearing above both of those headlights of the red car. If the blue car was to the right of the red car, we wouldn't be able to see any of the red car's headlights, much less both of them. The only way this orientation makes sense, where we can see all of these headlights coming directly at the camera from this angle, is if the cars are ordered like they are in the diagram. So why does this matter? Well, because we know there are only 5 lanes on St. Joseph's Parkway, and we know that there are 3 vehicles that must be in the same order from left to right. We can therefore figure out what all of the possible lanes that they could have been are. So this one we're looking at right now is all the cars on the leftmost lanes. We know the truck has to be the leftmost car, so it's in the leftmost lane. We know the blue car must be between the truck and the red car, so it then takes that second to left lane. We know the red car must be the furthest to the right, so it takes that rightmost lane. In this orientation right here, the red car is at fault because it turned in an intersection into another lane it did not have the right to be in. It was supposed to go straight, that's what the lane markings say. Instead, it turned into that second to left lane, cut off the blue car, and caused the accident. So let's take a look at another possibility. What we're looking at right now, this diagram, this could have been the lanes that everybody was in during the accident. It aligns to what we saw, the physical evidence in the video. The truck is on the left, the red car is on the right, the blue car is in the middle. In this scenario, the gray truck took a left. It could have gone straight or to the left. The blue car went straight, as it was supposed to do. The red car did not go straight like it was supposed to if it was in that lane. It instead violated the law, cut into that lane where the blue car was, where the blue car could only have gone straight, and it caused the accident. Let's take a look at a third possibility. So in this case, all the cars are actually all the way on the right side of the street. In this case, the gray truck is actually committing a violation. It should be going straight, but it's turning to the left. But that doesn't matter, because in this case, once again, both of the cars on the right, the red car and the blue car, should be going straight, but they didn't. The red car cut left into the left car's lane and caused the accident. So again, because of this footage right here, we know 100% for a fact what cars were in what order. Regardless of what lane they were in, we know the truck must have been to the left, the blue car must have been in the middle, and the red car must have been in the right. Because we know the order of the cars, regardless of lane, must obey this diagram, we know that the red car must have been at fault. The only way the blue car could have been at fault is if it was in the leftmost lane. That means it would have had to have turned left, and by going straight, it therefore violated the law and caused the accident, but that's not what happened. Because we know for a fact that that truck was left of the blue car, that means the blue car could not have possibly been in the left lane. That means the blue car had the right of way to go straight. In any other lane, it physically could have been in. Therefore, by the red car cutting it off, we also know that the red car must have physically been in a lane where it must have gone straight. The red car cannot physically have occupied a lane where it had the right to turn.